Because don't get me wrong, webinars and upsells, downsells and sales funnels and stuff like that, it works, but you have to take into consideration what kind of business model you have. Because I was targeting high ticket clients and I do not sell to the masses, I sell to the few. So for me, it was necessary to increase my sales activity in the inbox, in the direct messages, and talk to more people and create genuine relationships with my audience instead. Hello, it's Hilde here, and if you're new to me, I'm a mom working full-time within sales while building this business on the side where I help service providers close their first high-ticket client organically. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about how I close my first high-ticket client. So if you are a service provider who wants to close their first high-ticket client without paid ads, without any webinars and complicated sales funnels, keep on watching. So the first and most important step that I did was that I chose to niche down. So after 6 months of trying to make this business work, I was finding myself in a place where I was really struggling. I had no clarity around how I was going to attract the clients that I wanted, and the clients that I attracted was different kind of clients with different kind of problems in different kind of industries. So I was really selling everything to everyone. And after some self-reflection, I understood that I was not specific enough. So I chose to niche down and focus on one type of person with one type of problem. So instead of selling everything to everyone, helping Etsy stores or nail lashes or choosing like how to get visible on social media, I'm now focused on service providers who wanted to sell high ticket offers organically, which is my one and only signature program teaching service providers how to close premium clients by using video and target marketing strategies. So if you are one of those who's scared of niching down and thinking that you're leaving money on the table by doing so, it's actually the complete opposite. Because when you're niching down, it gets a whole lot easier to actually attract the qualified leads to you, but also to go out there and hunt for new clients and know who to reach out to, which leads me to the next step I'm going to talk about. So the next step I did was that I increased my own sales activity. So when I started my journey, I followed all of these gurus on Instagram with thousands of followers, selling ebooks, selling low ticket offers, which is fine, but the way that they sold it was very complicated for me, with all of this upsell, downsell, sales funnels, complicated sales funnels, webinars. And here I was, having worked a decade within sales in the B2B industry, and I thought to myself, like, why is it so complicated selling on Instagram versus in the B2B industry? It can't really be this complicated. So I left the webinars and sales funnels and all of that behind and started to sell in the way that I knew best, which is through connections. Because don't get me wrong, webinars and upsells, downsells and sales funnels and stuff like that, it works, but you have to take into consideration what kind of business model you have. Because I was targeting high ticket clients and I do not sell to the masses, I sell to the few. So for me, it was necessary to increase my sales activity in the inbox, in the direct messages, and talk to more people and create genuine relationships with my audience instead. So don't let yourself get confused. Do it simple and take into consideration what kind of business model do you have. Are you selling to the masses or are you selling to the few? And when you know that, it gets easier to know what kind of strategy to apply as well. But at the end of the day, sales is connections and building trust, which leads me to the third point that I'm going to talk about today. So the third thing I did that helped me to close my first high ticket client was that I started to share my own opinions. And previously, when I tried to find my way of doing things, I'll admit it, I copied what everybody else was doing. And I was going on Pinterest and finding motivational quotes, inspirational posts to post on my grid, because to be honest, I followed all of these gurus who was telling me to post valuable and shareable content. And what is shareable? And I measured that in a way of likes and shares on social media. But to be honest, yes, I got a lot of engagement by doing that, but close to zero sales. So I had to do what I fear the most, and I understood that I need to share me and my opinions and sharing what I know. I had to start to doing live sessions and making problem-aware content, meaning that I started to create content educating people on the problem that I already had. So even though those pieces of content got less engagement in terms of views and likes and shares, those pieces of content made it possible for me to close my high-ticket client. Because I was showing up as myself, sharing my beliefs and showing what I know and how I can help people with that kind of problem. So instead of you trying to look to everybody else in your niche and trying to copying what they are doing, try instead to think about how can I differentiate myself and how can I show my value to my audience, because people are buying from you at the end of the day. I hope you liked my video and that you found it valuable, and if you are like, Hilda, how can I work with you? You can either click the link below or you can send me a direct message on Instagram. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you want to learn more about how you can close your first high-ticket client. Bye.